Finally, YouTube caught up. That was kind of interesting. Oh, so hey everybody, it's Louis Porter Jr. It's Transparency Agenda, of course, for Thursday, July 6th. First, before we even start the show, piece of news that just happened to literally just happen, minutes before I was going to the show. Stan Lee's wife, the infamous Stan Lee, Marvel Comics, Stan Lee, his wife, Joan Lee, passed away. I guess something just happened. But the part that was, 93 years old, passed away. So I'm sure she lived a good life. The other part, she was married for 69 years to Stan Lee. And I just thought about that. I was just like, wow, man. I was married for 5.5 years. And I know my wife was the right person for me. So I can only imagine what he's going through, which I know is, horrible. But I toss out a little prayer to him and his family. It's hard. It's a heartbreaking moment. But at least he got several lifetimes with her. I would shoot 69 years. I can't even imagine. It's like, it's double. It's basically almost double my age. That's only he's been married longer than I've been alive, plus 22 years. I mean, that's just like, it's ridiculous. But it's also awesome. So let's get into some fun stuff, and then we'll talk about the real big thing that's going on. Of course, we've got our regular Kickstarters up. Top Secret is doing well. Top Secret almost 85,000. 20 days left. It's going to be awesome. I'm not even going to worry about Top Secret. That's just an automatic win in my head. Pathfinder, 5 days left. 644,000. Their next one is 700,000. Their extra story chapter, and then 800,000. They can pull off archetypes. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. Anything is possible. They've got 5 days left. Anything could happen. It could shoot up. It could. It could. I'm not going to assume it's not. So you never know. And of course, New Paths Compendium at 15,000. Still got 21 days to go. Still tons of time. I know they've been doing a lot of threshold goals, like every $1,000. So let's see what else they've included. They added the Tinkerer class of the book. More art pieces at 15,000. Has that been? Yeah, it was just 15,000. So that did that. So what else is left for them on the stuff? Brand new Warlock class at 16,000. New spells at 17,000. New art, 5 pieces by Brian Simi, 18,000, which I think is $1 million. That's worth its weight in gold. Brian does a lot of great art. I'm a huge fan of him. He did some early art for me, so I can't say anything but great things about him. If you don't know who he is, check out the link here. You're gonna love it. Lots of cool art. His art is awesome. There you go. Okay, I'm going to talk about Calm Down, Elton. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to get to that. This is, So, next up, our Patreon. And our usual guys, of course. And as always, I tell people, if you got a Patreon that you want to support and you want to talk about, send us a link. We'll put it up here. We'll talk about it. We'll give it a whole big discussion. It'll be lots of fun. There might even be cake. You never know. Well, there probably will be cake. Who am I kidding? It's going to be awesome. Next up, little self-promotion stuff as always. We got our self-promotion stuff that gets people excited. Our stuff, New Exodus Legacies, going on very well. Actually, Michael and I just agreed on one little goofy thing. I've got to finish reading his 3rd adventure, and I'm ready to go to his 4th. And those are probably going to start getting in the hopper to move off to probably be released by Gen Con. That's the plan. So we're going to get those together. We'll also get some more stuff going on, and I got some other personal projects. Stonemeyer blog had a blog yesterday. You can check it out. I didn't check it out today because I've been running around. Black Diamond, I'm sure we're going to be talking about the topic we're going to be talking about on their video later on, so go check it out. And Gary Vaynerchuk, as always, is good standard watching and enjoying. New on the scene. All right, so only got 2 things. Of course, one of them is going to be our Citadel certified retail stores. We are all about retailers getting involved with that. I'm thankful for all the guys who signed on. Like I said, I'm in the process of making their ads right now, so they're going to have lots of cool ads, lots of cool stuff. It's going to be really, really amazing. It's going to be lots of fun and enjoyable. So there you go. I'm going to be really excited about that. All right, so next up. All right, so this $35 million tabletop market. All right, if you follow the link that I have up, there's been a thread that has come up at Ian World. And it's like, how big is the RPG market? Pretty damn big. As of 2016, 2017, the tabletop market, it's pretty tiny. It says it's 35 million, according to ICV2. Now, ICV2.com is a well-known website. It originally is from, what is Milton? Milton, I can't remember his last name. He also owned Capital City distributors in the early 70s, 80s, actually, no, 80s and early 90s till they were obliterated during the whole Marvel Heroes World fiasco that I talked about before. So they say the segment, if you look at this link I sent you, they're saying the segment, here's what they're saying. They're saying that the tabletop market is only $35 million a year. And some people are like, well, of course, yes, that's very reasonable. Oh my God, yes. And then I just looked at them and like, are you guys like losing brain cells? Is counting not a skill for some of you? You know, Milton Greek, thank you, Brian. I think Brian would know. Okay, let's just do some basic quick math. And let's agree some things. Certain things we have to agree before we get started on this. So let's agree. You have to agree that Paizo and Watsy are the two largest players in the actual tabletop role-playing field. You got to believe that. That's just how it is. So if you figure both of them together, let's get my calculator out. This is gonna be lots of fun. Because I'm gonna get my calculator out. I'm gonna do a lot of math, and everyone's gonna be like, "Are you crazy?" He's like, "Yeah, this is how scary it is." So he said 35 million, and they own 80% of it. So that means both companies own 28 million. All right, and for this little experiment, we're gonna cut it right in half. So each of them have 14. So we can do some quick math and keep moving. All right, 14 million. That means Paizo generates $14 million a year. And a lot of you are like, yeah, that's a lot of money. Well, let's break it down some more. Let's get to some more numbers. Let's divide that 14 million by 12. And you say, why by 12? Well, that's how many months in a year. So every month they generate $1.16 million. 666, whatever. We're going to say 1.1 for now. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, 1.16 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Yes, $1 million a month is a lot of money. It is viably. That's a good number. That's a good look. I pay for that number. I don't want that number. Yeah. But let's have a little bit of fun. Let's say Paizo has 20 employees. And let's just say the average of employees is $40,000. 20,000 times 40,000 makes 1 million. So that leaves them with $100,000 to pay their artists, cover their rent, their mortgage, electricity, shipping. Yeah, no. And some of you are like, well, that's not true. You probably don't make 40,000 a piece. That's right. That is right. You probably don't. But the average mean income in Seattle is $68,000. That's the average, which is 45% over the rest of the U.S. Now, these facts you can find online. I'm not just blurting them out there. You can find these facts. So let's just change it up. Let's just say it's 25 guys and gals. I mean, not be, sexist. We're 25,000 a piece. Well, that's 625,000. That's not a bad deal. Minus the 1.66. Jesus, a lot of sixes. Oop, wrong. I added it. I shouldn't have. So they're still talking about 600,000. Sorry, I did the reverse when I was supposed to do something. 600,000. Shipping, printing, everything else included. Still, no. Those numbers aren't realistic. And remember, that's the 25 people at 25,000, which is below, poverty level. Poverty level. It's not 25,000. That's all you're making. You're not making a lot of money. And Seattle, 25,000 will probably get you a cardboard box. I'm sorry. What am I kidding? You're not getting a cardboard box for 25,000. Don't kid yourself. You're going to be living in a shack down by the river. Yes, I'm not kidding with that. I mean that seriously. So the other part that comes on that you keep talking about, there's a link in the thread I put in. There's a link. The first thing. It shows you the size of it. You click on that link, it puts a chart, RPG's compiled list from, 2004 to present. And the first one is this first lovely little chart that tells you how much money the category generated in 2013, and then 2015 and 2016. Okay, so if you look all the way at the bottom, it said the total games have gone from 700 million in 2013 to $1.1 billion in 2016. Okay, for any of you who study some basic math and stuff like that, I want you to notice the difference. From 2013, they had 700,000. 2015, it had 88 million. So the quick answer, the total growth had a growth of over 14, a little over 20, it was over 20%. 20%. The next year, they grew another 30. It says 29. I'm guessing it might even close to 30. 29%. Yeah. I don't know many businesses that grow at that kind of rate I don't think I know of a lot of businesses that grow that rate. Here's a little weird fact that people may or may not know. I don't assume, but I learned this and it kind of blew my mind. The average company is trying to push for a 15% return per year on their products and investments. Why is that, you're asking? Well, here's the answer. If you get a 15% return every year for 5 years, you'll double in size in that amount of time. I want you to think about that for a second. 15% every year for 5 years means you double the size of your business at a 15% growth. And you're trying to tell me that these guys are getting a 20 and 30%? Come on, man. Come on. That means the market would be immensely huge. And don't get me wrong. I think the market has grown. I definitely think the market has grown. I think it is that large. I also don't think these stats are like these numbers. I'm going to call them numbers, but I don't call them stats. The numbers are not right. Not in the sense that, oh, they're not right because they're probably not right. They're not right because it doesn't make any sense based on the math. If you're going to tell me that Paizo has, 20 some odd people working plus other freelancers, plus this, and they're making only $1.1 million every month, that's not a lot of money. That kind of company can't sustain at that level. I'm guessing they make a lot more. Watsy, the other side to it, I think Watsy does very well. If it didn't, Hasbro wouldn't have bought them to have that license they can use. Yes, Magic is the biggest thing going. Let's not kid anybody. Magic makes the most money, and it should. It is a juggernaut. It makes 52%. They have listed here. I probably believe 50%. Yeah, I believe 50%. I'm not going to doubt that. Oh, $500 million on Magic? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't doubt that at all. I think it's amazing, but I don't doubt that at all. So, but I think I think this pie might be bigger than we think. And even with the stats they give you, they include stuff in it that I'm just like, how big is it? How big is it really? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say for sure that the tabletop industry is $100 million. But I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going totally on a limb. I'm thinking it's at least 50 million. 50 million at the bare bottom. That's a bottom minimum. Just minimum. From there, maybe up to 100 million. And I could be pushing on that one. I'm not lying. You think about the other companies. But think about it, think about the top companies that do RPGs. You put them all together, plus everybody else. You don't think you can make 60 million, 70 million? I think that's possible. I think it's not just unreasonable. I think it's very possible. I think it's very, very possible. And once again, it still tells you how small the industry is. Flip over to Magic. Magic is 5 times the size if we were at 100 million. If tabletop's at 100 million, Magic's still 5 times bigger. And we all know it's much bigger than that. So I don't know the exact size of it, but I know that's not the number. I know that's the number just on some basic 5-second math. And so many people were spreading this around earlier, like, oh yeah, this is what the number is. Oh yes, this is definitely a number. And I just thought to myself, it's like, how did you guys fall for that trick? I thought of it like, once again, the greatest movie in the Star Trek franchise because of one simple phrase that makes sense, and everything else in the movie was garbage. But this one was right. What does God need with a spaceship? You got to ask yourself, what does God need with a spaceship? Ask yourself that question. When something looks so awesome and so great, just go, why does God need a starship? And that's what this came to me. I was like, this looks amazing. Oh, no, God needs a starship. Why? And some of these people are like believing this as this is 100% gold. Some people are not, which I think those guys are very smart. But a lot of people are believing like it is like just, oh my God, it's like set in gold. Oh my God. Look. Here's the most important thing you need to know about the market. There's always room for growth. Your job as a publisher of games and books and stuff is to grow the market larger, to draw more people into the market. Because let's be honest, it's still a tiny market. Like let's see where they even mentioned how big the video game market is in comparison, which is like quite disturbing. The video game market is 91 billion. 2016, 91 billion. And the gaming market is 1 billion. So there's a lot more. Well, they're also making a lot more money, but whatever. There's a lot more room for growth here. Let's be honest. What if we got to be a $3 billion industry? Triple our size, $3 billion. We don't add more stores. We just add better products, and people are buying more, and more customers are coming in. How many retailers would like to say, yes, we were able to triple our business in let's be crazy. Let's say you tripled your business in 5 years. 5 years. That would be awesome. That'd be almost impossible. Let's not kid you, but it's virtually impossible. But could you imagine that? Could you imagine the effect that have on stores? Well, I mean, good stores, not crappy ones. I'm telling you, that effect alone would be huge. And let's not forget that level of money. But if I could triple my sales, I would be doing all right. At that point, it'd be like, should I be going to a job or should I be staying home doing this? That's at that level. It's like at that level, we're like, well, I don't know. We're kind of, you could do a lot of that. You could do the hemming and hawing. You could have the regular job you work and then your fun stuff on the side and all the money you're making from fun stuff on the side, you're just stocking that away for a rainy day. Maybe you want to buy a house with that money. Wouldn't that be nice to say? Oh, what'd you do with your gaming money? Oh, I bought a house. I bought a car with mine, so I know it's possible. So don't think you can't do that with that kind of money. I think if we're serious about it, we're going to focus on it and really do it. Just do it. I mean, let's do it. 35 million. They actually believe that, like it was the truth. Like, oh yeah, 35 million. Yeah, that's reasonable. It's like, dudes, do the quick math. Do the quick math. It is not that small. It's more than that. I don't know how much more, but I know it's more than that. I hope people would definitely say like, oh my God, man. Yes, it's definitely more. And that's the other problem. We got to get more people involved in it. We've got to, for a lack of a better term, we need to get more girls involved. Because once again, the more girls involved, more guys involved. The more girls involved in something that's cool they can do, the more they want to bring their friends on, they want to play. That's something I did with Neo Exodus. If you look at Neo Exodus, the 5 kingdoms, 4 of them run by women, and the other one's run by a black, dark-skinned male. We don't have any, cis white guys do anything. But it's like, for me, it was just like, hey, I've never seen something like that before. Why can't women control these empires? And I came from the perspective of, I have lots of female friends, and I know women very well, and women are when women fight, it's awesome. But it's not like when guys fight. Guys fight, we know we fight. Girls fight on a different level. It's amazing. It is like, oh my God. Oh, jeez, did you see that? Oh my God, fierce. I don't mean the girls going out attacking each other. I mean, these subtle attacks. Yeah, I keep saying girls, Indira. I mean women. Yes, I keep saying girls. I also say chicks too. I'm not saying it as a derogatory term. That's how I refer to women. I'm not saying in a bad way. I love women. Everybody knows I love women. It's not a question. I will say dudes for everybody, including men and women. And yes, sometimes I refer to some people I know who are black as colored. I have problems. These things happen. I don't mean them out of anger. It's just sometimes comes out of my mouth that way. It's not meant that way. So women, and there's some girls playing too, Indira. Let's not cut out some girls. There's some girls playing. I think that they should be involved in what we do and get excited what we do. I think there should be more support. I think there should be more cool stuff. I think we should go out of our way to become inclusive. And some people are like, yes, I'm inclusive because I've done one thing. No, I mean, really be inclusive. If you're going to be inclusive about it, let's be honest about it. Let's be inclusive on the people who are designing your product. Let's be inclusive in the people who are drawing your product. Let's be inclusive with people who are editing your product, distributing it, sales. Let's be honest about it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Are we doing the best job possible? I'm not. I mean, most of my people I work with, I could say varying different, racial backgrounds, but women, very small numbers. Not that I don't want to, I would shoot. If you want to work with me, I want to work with you. That's how simple I am. But I need to do more. I need to do more. I know other people need to do more. I need to do more beyond just finding, more women of color to get involved in this. What am I doing? As one of the few, well, I'll say minority-owned publishers, I'm not doing enough to get more minority women into playing this. I'm not doing enough. I admit that, and that is wrong, and that's something I should be changing right now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to find a way to get more. I'm going to say black women initially because that's what I think of when I think of minority. I'm thinking black women. Sorry, I doesn't mean I'm going to stop anyone else from being there, but I'm just saying I think black women because I'm black or brown. Really, it's kind of chocolate color. That's what a lady's black woman. I want, yes, I know. I want them to be involved. I want them to be excited about working on a cool project that gets them excited. Because I know when I get excited about a project, I'm like, yes, this is awesome. We should do this. We should really do this. And people should feel that way. That's something I personally believe. That's just me. That's just me. It doesn't have to be for everybody. That's just me. So if you want to do that, send me an email, send me a note, send me something. That's what you do. It's all fun like that. It's all fun that somebody gets poked in the eyes, they say back home with kids. What can I say? All right, is that it? Is that it for tonight? Yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. This night's like Thursday night, kind of light, and when you start out with Des and Stan Lee, it really doesn't start going good from there. So, but it is what it is, and it's sad, and it is sad. I feel bad for his family, and like I said, I don't want to get down in that because I know how I think it's a horrible turn for myself, and I don't want that to happen. But I'm glad he got the opportunity to love his wife for 69 years. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's the impressive part. That's if you're married and you're trying to get married. Like I have a friend of mine. I'm not gonna tell who it is because several reasons. But he decided to ask the girl that he's been dating to marry him, and I was like, "That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. Marriage is a good thing." People were like, "What? You like to date a lot of women?" I'm like, yeah, I like to date a lot, but I was married. When I was married, I found the right woman for me. We got married. I thought it was a great thing. Now I don't have her. I'm trying to find maybe that love again. And you gotta kiss a lot of frogs. That hasn't changed. Even if you've been married, that don't change. So I just think you just gotta find the right person that makes you happy. And just be honest with them. Be honest with yourself. Treat them nicely, they'll treat you nicely. And if you can get 80%, I believe it too. If you can get 80% of what you want out of it from that person, be glad because you ain't getting 90. Hell, I like me, and I don't get 90% out of me. So hell, if I'm gonna get some woman who's gonna give me that. She got 80%, well, up to 80%. 80%, solid. We're going. We're gonna go, and that's the way it should be, at least for me. All right, I'm gonna go and drink some more cold water, but this water is hot as I don't know what. You all have a lovely weekend. I don't think we have anything big planned this weekend. I know I'm going to be running around doing some stuff with Lucas, grocery shopping and cutting the grass. But I'm hoping you're going to do something fun. If you've got any cool games, you mentioned that. Oh, yeah. If you've got any cool ideas that you want to hear me talk about, because I keep debating about expanding the show, not in time, but in topic. Include more comic-related stuff, and if you want me to do more of that stuff, because I think that's important too. Plus, maybe get more people on for interviews. Now that Gary Ray is doing his own videos, I don't even have to interview him. You can watch his videos and get all the good retail information. He's excited. That's a kind of cool thing. All right. I'm getting out of here. You all have a good weekend. As always, always subscribe. Subscribe is important. Oh, look, actually, my elbow is. Subscribe. Number 2, tell your parents that you love them. Give them hugs and kisses if you see them, if you can. Call them up. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you miss them. Tell them you're thinking about them. They'll appreciate that. Number 3, go tell your children, your small humanoids, give them hugs and kisses and tell them that you love them and you're proud of them, even if they're not your children, if they're just, people you said, look, he's on my team, so he's running with me. So, yeah, this is my kid. Give them hugs and kisses, tell them you love them. They all need that stuff. It's good for them. I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to do something constructive with my time, like do nothing or watch TV. I can do that. I'm a publisher. All right, everybody, have a good weekend, and we will talk to you all later.